Welcome to Gadget Watch. I'm Andrew Sadauskas. A couple of weeks ago, we took a look at Samsung Knox. This week, we're taking a closer look at the tablet that I reviewed it on, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. Now, let's take a look at the Galaxy Note in action. And one of the key features of this device is what's known as the S Pen. You pull it out, and the S Pen is basically just a small metallic stylus like this, except it provides most of the functionality or the additional unique functionality of this device. Powering it up, of course, swipe to unlock, and let's take a look at a website that should be familiar with most viewers, hopefully anyway. By taking out the S Pen and hovering it above the screen, it pulls up this menu called Air Command, which has a number of additional functions. So one of them is called Scrapbooker. We'll tap it. What this allows you to do is circle around something of interest, and after a little bit of processing, it gets stored for future reference. We'll discard those changes. We'll take a look at a second feature from that menu, and this time we'll pull up an action memo. This is where, in theory, you could write a handy note about something while doing something else. Or, alternatively, you could just doodle a cartoon of a dog, whatever you prefer. An additional feature from Air Command is what's known as Screen Write. Again, we'll pop that up. And this allows you to take notes on the screen itself. So, for example, you could write, and excuse my handwriting, change the picture. You can perhaps cross out a bit of text here. It's handy for taking notes in the middle of an app that you're using, especially if that's, for example, a presentation. Again, we'll cancel out of that. Finally, you have a feature known as Pen Window. Now, what this allows you to do is you draw a window like that on the screen, and you can decide to run a different app inside there in a little window, sort of like you'd get on a desktop computer. So those are the main handy features that you get from having the S Pen. One of the interesting apps that comes installed on this device is called Watch On. If you start it up, what it does is a number of things. The first one is it gives you a universal remote control which can be used to switch on any compatible TV. In this case, and I'm testing it out on a Samsung TV which is just out of shot, you'll notice I just switched the TV on and off using my tablet, which is admittedly not a groundbreaking, revolutionary feature that you must immediately get this tablet for, but it's kind of cool. It also gives you a TV guide. So, as a companion to an evening's viewing, this is a really nice app and a nice set of features to have. Unfortunately though, not all of Samsung's apps are quite as useful. For example, we have Samsung's Galaxy App Store, which is nice, except we already have Google Play. Likewise, there's this feature an assistant feature called S-Voice. We can tell it a voice command. For example, I might tell it, search SmartCompany.
I have no specific answers for that. Let me do an internet search for an answer to picture called S-Voice. We can tell the voice command, for example.
Hi Galaxy, search SmartCompany.
Web search SmartCompany.
And we end up in Google Now. However, there's an easier way to get to Google Now. And it just works. So, in terms of some of Samsung's app efforts, they tend to duplicate things which Google already does, and in my opinion at least, in some cases, does a lot better. Overall, while the Galaxy Note 10.1 does have a few limitations in terms of its software, it is a very nice tablet to use, especially if you're going to be taking a lot of notes. In fact, as a note-taking device, it's probably one of the best on the market.